Start the clock.
Good evening, kiddies. Dr. Freedom here with you. Time for a little bit of Doctor Who news. As you all know, main filming has gone over to Tenerife, Spain, one of the little islands off there, the Carry Island chain. And word is apparently we may be getting some photos out of that if some of the residents cooperate. So keep your eyes peeled. We'll see what we get if we don't, or well. Okay, once again, Omega Files this weekend is the Golden Voyage of Sinbad. That one, we have the main villain being played by Tom Baker. So that's going to be a fun one to sit down and talk about. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's get into the main stuff, shall we? All right, let me make sure everything's in position. And away we go. Off into the land of the sacred internet. Okay, first up, over on Exiled in Geeksville. Should a classic Doctor Who companion make a return? Keep in mind, all the way back in Series 2. And no, I don't count Sarah Jane Adventures. Sorry, that was a spinoff. It's a spinoff that is no longer being run. So I don't count that in particular as being, counting with Joe Grant and all that. Even though those were great episodes, the great episode with Death of the Doctor, it doesn't count. Sorry, that's a spinoff. That wasn't the main show. Okay, first up, these are the ones he has listed as ace. Now, a lot of people don't realize it, but as Sarah Jane Adventures continued, there was already talks to bring Sophie Aldred back as ace onto that show. Also, there was supposed to be allegedly a cameo with Sylvester McCoy, and there was even talks that the Tom Baker had been contacted, and this came straight from him, to appear on the Sarah Jane Adventure. So, unfortunately, lovely Liz Sladen passed away. That all went by the wayside. And now, why is it that people throw screaming Mimi fits when we say, why don't you bring back a past companion? We're not saying forever. We're not saying for a whole series. Just one episode. They did it with Sarah Jane. It was a tremendous success. All the way back with School Reunion back in Series 2 of the new show. Now, or the 2005 revival, as we like to refer to it. Unfortunately, your current showrunner, like I said, people come to me and go, I see what's her name coming back, I see what's her name coming back, and I have to look at them now and say, no, I don't. Because after the debacle that was called the Era of the Zygons, in my opinion, where all the companions of the show the last 50 years were relegated to pictures on a backboard, I do not see any hope of any past companion returning anytime soon. Like I said, I would love to see it just once every few years. And sure enough, it's been going on how many years later? And no, there has been no effort made since, Liz Sladen last appeared on the show as being Sarah Jane Smith to bring back another companion, as well. I don't have any faith in it. Also, Jamie McCrimmon, Nicola Bryan would be an interesting choice. Romana 2. Unfortunately, Romana 1 has passed away, who was played by Mary Tam. And also lately in the Big Finish range, Juliet Landau is now playing the third incarnation of Romana. Now, that wouldn't be bad casting considering the fact that, she's the daughter of Martin Landau. Also the fact she does a really good job as Romana 3. And, of course, number 5, Ian Chesterton. Now, Ian Chesterton, as I said, should have been in the quote-unquote anniversary special of 2013. There was no reason why you had to have a throwaway actor come up and deliver one line, a guy you're never going to see again on the show. All of a sudden, you could have had William Russell do that line, and it would have been magical, would have been incredible. Sure, it would have only been a few seconds, but hey, at least he would have been there. Gone. No, didn't happen. So, also keep in mind, if I remember right, William Russell is in his 90s. I believe he's 91, 2 years old. He's not going to be around forever. And we have Caroline Ford, who's in her 70s. She's not going to be around forever. As much as I hate to say it, and trust me, I really hope that they have, many, many, many years to come with us here on the planet. It's, they keep fiddle farting around. There's going to be a whole lot of people sitting around scratching their heads going, why weren't they back on the show for any reason? Blame your showrunner. That's all I can tell you. Okay. over on Warp Factor, could the Paternoster Gang spinoff work? Now, they go into their own reasons, but I'm going to leave this one here for you to read. My own reasons is pretty simple. The reason why they don't do this is two of your three main characters of this show would have to be in prosthetics a good deal of the time. We're talking they'd have to be showing up to work every day between an hour to 2 hours beforehand to get their makeup put on, stay there, for how many hours in makeup in full costume, and then, of course, at the end of the day, hang around for another hour or so after everybody leaves to have it taken off. So I don't see it being practical. I don't see them doing it. It would be great if they do an animated spinoff, maybe a CGI, computer animated one, because then at least then you just bring the three actors, principal actors in there and just do their voices. That would work. But like I said, this is their thing. I want you to go take a look at it. I love the Paternoster Gang, and no, there has been no sign that they're going to appear in Series 9. There has been no mentions of them, no sightings of them. So until that happens, I don't see Paternoster Gang coming back for this series. Okay, now Faye Marsay, I would definitely play Shona again. This is over on the Radio Times. But as she said, with her gobby disposition and excellent dance moves, Faye Marsay Shona struck a chord among Doctor Who fans in last year's Christmas special, Last Christmas. Luckily for them, it's a role that Marsay is keen to reprise. Now, asked whether or not she returned to the show, the Pride and Fresh Meat star said, quote, "Definitely, I loved working with the people. They're wonderful to work with and incredibly talented. And Peter Capaldi, God, I fancy him so much. He's amazing. The people, the production, and the crew are the nicest people. And again, being really sycophantic, it was a really nice setup they have there in Cardiff, and really good people who care about the show. I would definitely go back and do more Doctor Who." And of course, whether they had me back, she told That a Geek, I don't know, and no one's wrong. So I've got to let it go and be thankful that I was in it in the first place. All right. Now, there were fan rumors running about that she was the companion that was supposed to take over when Jenna Coleman was supposed to leave at the end of the last series. Unfortunately, there's nothing to confirm that rumor, guys. I have not seen anything on there or whatnot. Okay, hopping on over to Kasterborous, the making of the Doctor Who Experience thing, the little interactive adventure. You may want to go take a look at this. It's only it's shy of 3 minutes. It's a good watch. It was fun to watch, especially seeing Capaldi in all those different console rooms. Go check it out. Over on Kasterborous. I love this. Karen Gillan recalls life with Matt and Arthur on Doctor Who. This video, oh God, this is the whole panel right here. It's linked to it. I haven't had a chance to sit down and watch this video, so I can't tell you what kind of quality it is. The problem is with these con videos, a lot of them are shot from the audience. So you got audience reactions left and right. You got people, oh, she's so cool, talking in the background. Okay. Just to give you a few examples. Quote, so Matt and Arthur would torment me. I don't have any brothers, but I know what it feels like to have brothers. They were just relentless. Every day they would just swarm into work later than me and be like, okay, what can we do to make her cry now? Now, Matt took to doing this thing where he would hide in my trailer and jump out at me when I go in. There was this huge shoehorn in my trailer for some reason. I don't know why. I don't use shoehorns, but it was there. So he hid in the corner and jumped out of it and started screaming really aggressively with his shoehorn in his hand. I backed up against the wall and did that dramatic slide down the wall to the floor, like crying / laughing. That was embarrassing because it was a dramatic reaction, end quote. Okay, says right here. Taking the tournament in stride. Gillan went on to praise the work of her doctor, calling one of the most exciting actors I ever worked with, and one of her best friends, which made the moments leading up to her departure from the show all the more difficult. Quote, it was like someone really died in my life. I was like grieving over this character. I was so sad about it that I refused to read the script until I really, really had to, and it came to shooting. I remember Matt and Arthur being like, will you read the script so we can talk about this? And I was like, nope, not happening. And just severe denial, all stages of grief I went through. And it was just really, really sad. It just sort of came and not like acting anymore. We were doing the scenes because it felt like something was ending, and it was really sad for all of us, actually. I remember the last thing we shot was in the episode, The Power of Three. It was just like a normal shot of us looking outwards outside the TARDIS, and we had to one by one go inside the TARDIS. So it became a really symbolic moment where Arthur and I went in, and I went in, and then Matt went in, and they showed cut for the very last time. And we all just like hugged in the dark of the TARDIS. It was such a beautiful moment, actually. Okay. And she goes, I really like Capaldi, I have to say it. It was hard for me to accept the new man, but I was like, he's really doing it. It's a new direction for the character, and I really like the relationship between Jen and Capaldi. I think they work really well together. And I like that he makes fun of the English accents. I wasn't shocked when he became the new Doctor because I knew he was the biggest Doctor Who fan ever. So it made me really happy that he got the role. But I was there. I had a weird experience because I went back for Matt's regeneration scene. Then Capaldi was coming in to shoot his first scenes. So Matt left the studio, and then the door opened again. It was all dark and light on the inside. And then this silhouette appeared in the door, and I was like, it's him. And then he just started striding in with the jacket, and it was Capaldi. It was like one in, one out in the space of 10 minutes. It was really odd, amazing moment. Oh, I'm going to leave the rest of this for you to go into because, like I said, if you want to watch the video of the whole panel, it's all right here. All right, jumping on over to Blockter. The Doctor Who Symphonic Spectacular musical celebration of the BBC series featuring Mary Gold. The show features the hosts of the famous adversaries, including Daleks, Cybermen, and whatnot. Apparently, it is coming to the UK. And this will be there in May of 2015. It's a 6-city tour being hosted, of course, by the 5th Doctor, Peter Davison. So far, okay, the live show, which was a sellout in its world premiere in Australia, will enjoy a limited run of 13 UK performances in London, Cardiff, Birmingham, Leeds, Newcastle, and Glasgow. It features over 100 performers. It is conducted by Ben Foster, who conducts and orchestrates the musical scores for the TV series. Music will be performed by the BBC National Orchestra of Wales and members of the BBC National Chorus of Wales. Live music will be accompanied by a big screen presentation of key moments and specially edited sequences from the past 50 years of Doctor Who. And lastly for today, just for shits and giggles, over on Digital Journal, science confirms Doctor Who type world Gallifrey. NASA has confirmed the existence of a real universe analog of Gallifrey, the fictional Time Lord planet that features in the BBC science fiction drama series Doctor Who. And if you want to go check this out, here it is. I just thought it was amusing just to kick this in as an afterthought. Okay, so to sum it up, Doctor Who filming has gone over to Spain. There may be some second unit stuff I'm hearing about that's going to be getting done here while they're over there. I have yet to hear confirmation on that. Omega Files this weekend. Please be sure to come in and watch. We're going to be talking about the Golden Voyage of Sinbad, in which the main villain is played by none other than the infamous Tom Baker, who was the 4th Doctor. Still the longest running Doctor of the entire series. And I think you'll enjoy it, whereas we sit down and give this a rehash. Okay, so until tomorrow, take care, everyone. Have a great night. Bye-bye. See y'all later.